of fully exploring the true origin of the COVID virus probably means we'll never get to the bottom of it. China's had 18 months to destroy this evidence. But make no doubt about it, China is guilty. They are culpable. They knew they had a coronavirus. They knew they had a deadly pandemic-type virus in Wuhan. They didn't allow flights out of Wuhan to the rest of China, but they let that virus infect the entire world. So we already know China's guilty. We already know they have to be held to account. I think we also need to hold the news media and the social media accountable as well. This isn't the only area of suppression. I could list a long list of false narratives, false stories that the drive-by media promotes and then never really adequately retracts. But when it comes to COVID, I have personal experience with censorship and suppression that I believe has cost tens of thousands of Americans their lives. The NIH guidelines as it relates to treatment of COVID remains a compassionless guideline to basically do nothing. Go home, isolate yourself, be afraid, and if you just happen to get sick enough where you have to check yourself in the hospital, maybe we can save your life. I held 2 hearings on early treatment. Dr. Peter McCulloch laid out the 4 pillars of pandemic response. The first one is try and stop the spread. Well, China is guilty in not doing that. The second pillar is early treatment. Basically, how we apply medicine to every other condition, early detection, early treatment. Then in-hospital treatment, and finally vaccine. Why did our health agencies, why did Anthony Fauci, why did the mainstream media suppress and censor doctors who had the courage and compassion to treat patients early with cheap, generic, repurposed drugs? Why did that happen? There is growing evidence. It's not being reported on by the media. Mexico's having great success with